In the quiet town of Blackwood, Ohio, there stood an old roadside motel most people avoided after dark. The neon sign flickered endlessly, missing two letters so it read, "The Pinecrest Motel." Travelers passed it without a second glance, except those who were desperate, lost, or unaware of its history. Room 212 was the reason. No one officially talked about it, but locals knew. Some guests checked in and never checked out. Others left in the middle of the night, pale and shaking, refusing to explain what they had seen. Management always claimed plumbing issues, electrical failures, or overactive imaginations. But Evan Carter didn't believe in rumors. A true crime podcaster from Chicago, Evan was always chasing the next viral story. When an anonymous email landed in his inbox titled Room 212 Knows Your Name, he knew he had found it. The email contained only three things: an address, a room number, and a sentence that chilled him. It whispers before midnight. It screams after. Evan arrived at the Pinecrest Motel just before sunset. The parking lot was nearly empty, except for a rusted pickup truck near the office. Inside, the clerk, a thin man with hollow eyes, froze when Evan asked for room 212. "That room's not available," the clerk muttered. Evan smiled and slid a $100 bill across the counter. "It will be tonight." The clerk stared at the money for a long moment before sighing. "Checkout is at 11, he said quietly. "Don't stay past midnight." Room 212 smelled of dust and old carpet cleaner. The furniture looked untouched since the 1980s, and the wallpaper peeled like shedding skin. Evan set up his camera, microphone, and night vision recorder, narrating confidently. Most haunted locations rely on fear and suggestion. Tonight, we separate fact from fiction. At 11:47 p.m., the temperature dropped suddenly. Evan's breath became visible. Then came the sound, a soft whisper. At first, it was unintelligible, like voices bleeding through a wall. Evan leaned closer to the door, heart pounding. The whisper grew clearer. "Evan." He froze. No one else knew his name. The whisper came again, closer this time, right behind his ear. "You shouldn't be here." Evan spun around. The room was empty. His camera flickered. At exactly 12 a.m., the bathroom light turned on by itself. From the mirror, a figure slowly emerged, not a reflection, but something standing inside the glass. Its face was wrong, too still, eyes too dark. The figure opened its mouth and screamed. Evan ran. He burst out of room 212 and down the motel hallway, but the corridor stretched impossibly long, doors repeating endlessly. Every door was labeled 212. From each room, pounding echoed. Hands slammed against doors from the inside. Voices cried out, "Help me! Don't let it take you! I never left." The lights shattered overhead. Something grabbed Evan's ankle. He fell hard, just in time to see a pale hand dragging itself back under his door. His door, room 212. When Evan woke up, it was morning. He was lying on the bed inside room 212, fully dressed, his equipment neatly packed beside him. Sunlight streamed through the window. Everything looked normal. Too normal. The motel clerk stared as Evan checked out, eyes wide with disbelief. You stayed," he whispered. Evan nodded slowly, his expression blank. "Did you hear it? Did it say your name?" Evan smiled. "It told me everything." 3 weeks later, Evan uploaded his final podcast episode. Listeners were confused. Instead of horror, Evan calmly described room 212 as peaceful, safe, a place of truth. He encouraged his audience to visit. The episode went viral. Comments flooded in from people who booked the room after hearing Evan's story. Some said it changed their lives. Others never posted again. The Pinecrest Motel is still there. Room 212 is always available. And if you listen closely, just before midnight, you might hear it whisper your name. Because once Room 212 knows who you are, it never lets you leave.